What's up, YouTube? It's Lionhouse Gaming here. My first Madden Ultimate Team video on the channel. Have an 84 overall team. Definitely not the greatest team in the world, but it gets the job done right now. And honestly, I've gotten players that were pretty decent in terms of overall, up in the 90s, and for the price, they weren't performing. So I'm like, all right, let me stick to what I know. Let me stick to the players that I like. Let me stick to the players that do what I need them to do. Because I don't need a player that just does everything. I can get a bunch of players that do a whole lot of different things, put them together. And I believe this guy had a really, really good team, if I'm not mistaken. So we're starting off, we are receiving, which isn't my favorite thing to do. Mainly because I would rather end up just getting the 2-for-1 at the end of the second quarter. Trying to score a touchdown at the end of the quarter, and then obviously getting the ball back and scoring again, and having that 14-point swing is usually pretty big because most people quit after that. So a first down, and that's a great catch by Stephon Diggs. He was playing man coverage on the guy. He knew the route that I was running, and I still threw it. Not really sure why, but I love picking on the user. People call it testing the user or whatever. I will go at the user the entire game. I don't know why I get out of my focus, but you cannot just play the defensive line, because there's no way, unless a guy's running dummy routes and he's just running the same route over and over and he's running 4 verts, of course you can cover that with the linebacker. But you're out there trying to cover a wide receiver. You can't predict where he's going to go. You're predicting that he's going to run a fade route. I can run an out route. You jump in. As soon as I run hurry up, I'll go from an out route to an in route. I can go from an in route to a comeback. If I just ran a fade, I would go right back to the comeback route, beat him there, run a stick route. It's just too many options for me to go through. So my mentality is pretty much make them not comfortable in their user. They usually come back down to the defensive line and just let their computer play that, and then pretty much I just have my way with the computer. That's just how it works. It is second down. The opponent is running a slight hurry up. He's hitting the flats a lot. I need to protect that, but I will give that up. I will give up a 2 or 3 yard gain. Just trying to not give up the big play. That's my biggest goal, is to not give up the big play. Have them run a lot of short stuff. Try to send pressure when I can. I run a lot of zone type blitzes, mainly because I don't have the secondary to really cover, especially if he's able to get the ball off and we're in one-on-one coverage. Well, this year it doesn't really matter if it's one-on-one coverage or 4 people. The guy can still catch the ball with the aggressive catch stuff. So I'm still learning. Learning this game, honestly, before this. Wow. And he gets it over the top, and that's exactly what I didn't want. So he did his thing. He is getting 7 here, and we're all tied up. But as I was saying, I had a PS3 for the longest time, and honestly, I had only played NCAA 14, the last one that they made. And I was fine with that. I loved the game mode in that, and didn't really want to get the PS4, but I played it a bunch at different friends' houses, and I'm like, all right, I'll make the jump. I'll get the PS4, kind of see what's going on here. And there are a bunch of routes off of this particular play that I'm running. Off of this Saints Fork, you can throw it to that post route. You can throw it to that flag route. You can throw it up the seam. And I almost threw an interception there. If they covered well, they just get you. Throw it out of bounds, you live to see another day. Don't throw crazy picks like that. Well, it wasn't a pick, but potential interception. He has switched to the inside backer, which is kind of what I expected. Mainly because he's not like everyone feels comfortable in their user until they get destroyed. Then they slowly start drifting inside, and then I'll start running like multiple slant routes at the user. So as you see, I put that Martavis Bryant into that slant route. But I just so happen to have, I think, Pierre Garçon over there running that post. So if he's going to play the inside, one guy can't cover two receivers. As you see right here, one player can't cover the entire field. The field is too wide for one user player to try to cover the entire field. And when they do user, they get all out of their zones. And right here, we made a bad decision. It's kind of hard to judge where you can really throw the ball and really get it in there, because there are times when your receiver has a step on the guy and the linebacker will warp in. Like, you'll throw the ball, you'll throw a bullet pass, he will warp in front of your guy and get the interception. It's crazy. Like, that's not football, but you gotta understand that Madden isn't real football. Well, it's football, but the players that you're playing online are not really. They're playing to score points. Most have schemes. Most are doing whatever, following ebooks and all of that crazy stuff to get whatever they want out of the game. Mainly by exploiting like exploits in the game, maybe coverage routes. But it's all good. You learn that as you play the game. And another big thing I like to do is have outside linebackers play on the D-line. That way, if I ever feel like I'm in a coverage where I don't have enough help, I can always drop one of those DNs back into coverage and have them play the middle of the field. And then have my linebackers blitz kind of in a combination type of route. I think that's the free Von Miller that everyone has. I threw him down at the, I think, left end. And he's been playing pretty good. It makes me want to get the other one. And right there, we pick off the ball. It was a weird-looking interception, but I'll take it. Devin McCourty definitely comes to play every single game. No matter what, he comes to play. So right now, running a lot of short stuff, and basically I just try to lull him to sleep. You know, I'll throw it short maybe 5 or 6 times in a row. Then he'll start creeping up. He wants to protect against the slants. He wants to protect against the out routes. He wants to protect against the drag routes. Start bringing these people up. Take the shot deep. Usually get it. And attacking the seams. But the most important thing with that is you have to have someone that has great catching traffic. And Kelvin Benjamin definitely has that. We're moving the ball pretty good right here. The ideal thing is to try to score in under a minute, especially with how short these quarters are in MUT. My goal is to score in under a minute. And I've been able to really do that pretty much every drive except for, I would say, maybe 10 drives out of like 40, 50 games played so far over these last couple days. I've been really going hard, just trying to get better. I think my winning percentage is somewhere around 80%. So not the greatest in the world, but not the worst. We score there. I love running combo routes, slants with maybe a drag underneath that, out route with a slant, flag route with a outside slant coming in, in routes and out routes, stick routes, maybe a 9 route and an out route. We get the fumble, and obviously, Madden, that is not going to count. So basically, I was just waiting for the confirmation that it didn't count. There we go. Let's play football. And we aren't at our 28-point quota. I mean, we've played pretty bad. We've made reads that we shouldn't have made. Well, throws that we shouldn't have made. I guess you could say we made reads that we shouldn't have made either, but we're ahead, so that's all good. I think we kicked off, so that's not good. If I kick off, I like to have a 14-point lead. I like to be leading the entire game, but I think everyone does. But my main thing is I like to be comfortable, because that way I can still run my offense the way I want to. And with the way I play offense, there are a lot of possessions in the game, and usually a lot of points scored, simply because I would rather you just try to outscore me. I will take chances on defense because I know that my offense can put up points and generate points in a hurry if I need them to. So just playing as hard as I can. And it's a jump ball. And that animation gets me every single time. You jump up, your defender jumps up as you're pressing the triangle button. You go to get it. It looks like he has it in his hand. But then it's like the simultaneous catch or whatever. So this guy's running, and we're starting to try to call our timeouts. I saw that he put shoe clock on. It's one of my pet peeves. Don't do that to me. Also, do not showboat into the end zone. Not really a fan. Like, just play football. Like, I don't do that type of stuff. I just play straight up. But you get these guys, man, they just don't care. They're just savages out here just going hard. I'm like, all right, do your thing, young man. Do your thing. Right now, we're in a terrible defense. We got holes all over the middle of the offense. And he gets in on 3rd down. We have approximately 50 seconds, which is plenty of time to still run our offense, still kind of do what we do. And hopefully go out of this, go into halftime with a lead. I have 1 timeout, which is nice. Hopefully I won't have to use it, but we have it just in case we need to. Let my blocker get in front of me. And I have Ryan Matthews back there. I think his actual overall as a punt returner is a 12. But for me, he has never fumbled. And that's the main thing for me. If you're gonna play kick return, just don't fumble the ball. So putting running backs back there is probably the best bet, no matter what their overall is. They usually have better carrying than a cornerback or a wide receiver that's pretty fast. So break a couple tackles, run a couple routes. I go up top here. We get the catch. I think that's Martavis Bryant. Yeah. And I'm not sure who he's trying to man up on. Looks like he's trying to man up on him. And I saw that Steve Smith Sr.'s over there. And I know that his speed isn't the greatest as a wide receiver, but I know as a free safety or corner or whatever he's playing. So we have it there, and time is ticking, and I'm not looking at the clock. And then I finally realized that it's 10 seconds left in the quarter, and we need to get a touchdown here. So everything has to go to the end zone. Smart plays. I'm probably going to throw a slant here, just predicting. And we get the touchdown. Very risky pass, but we get it. We have a lead going into the halftime. That is always the goal, to have the lead, kind of have that momentum. Even though, like, it doesn't really mean anything in terms of the actual gameplay, momentum is huge, especially in the psyche of trying to play these Madden players. Because once you get in their head and they feel like, oh, I cannot beat him, then that's usually when they quit. Some earlier than others. But when you're just pouring it on, it's usually a good sign. So right now, he's throwing it up deep. We knock it down, and we're going into the third quarter. Kicking it off here. Pretty solid first quarter or first half. He has a bunch of decent receivers. As you can see, he has the Odell Beckham. I think a lot of guys have him. Pretty fast card. Don't really need him. I mean, I would love to have him, but I don't really need him at this point. And so close to the interception. I play a lot of, well, depending on what he's coming out in. If I play a man type defense, it'll be a coverage type defense where the two safeties will pretty much have like two halves of the field. I'll try to contain the middle as best as I can. And there he is abusing my user. I don't have the best stick skills, I can tell you that. I'm trying to get better. This is my first time really diving deep into Madden in a long time. So, trying to get better. I mean, it's not that I haven't played it. Like, I just haven't had it to, like, really get into it. Obviously, you play against your friends and stuff, but it's more, like, joking around and, like, doing stupid stuff and not really taking it that serious. When wins and losses start counting, then that's when you kind of have to turn it up a little bit. I think I'm going to hop into some games today, kind of see what's going on there. Hopefully play against some pretty good competition. Should be pretty fun. Sunday, I think the Pro Bowl is on. No one really cares, though, so... And he's going deep on me, and touchdown. Oh, no. No touchdown. I'm surprised he didn't challenge that, but knowing Madden, he wouldn't have got it anyway and ended up losing a timeout, so Third down and 5. Knew it was going short and was able to break it up. Fourth down and 5. When it's fourth and short, the only thing you really have to pay attention to is those little drag routes, little comeback routes, end routes, stick routes. Everything's short. They want to get it out of their hands as quickly as possible, but also making a short throw. And they like to be able to see where they're throwing. So it's usually going to be across the middle. You got Philly Brown on the kick return. Forcing your opponent to take 3 is the best feeling in the world. It's like the philosophy of the Golden State Warriors. If you are kicking, or if you're shooting 2s while we're making 3s, you will never be able to win. And right now, I don't know what it is about that cover 3 Sky, but if you, he looks open, but it's deceiving because that corner comes over the top of that route and ends up either breaking it up or intercepting it most times. So I think I need to do something different with Matthews to get him. Don't know where that came from, but I think I need to do a different route with Matthews to get that corner to kind of hold over there so that I can throw that seam route up to Martavis Bryant. But it's 2nd and 5 after the penalty. And he is backing way up. I'm probably trying to hit Benjamin here. I threw it right before his break because I saw that if I would have let him get out of his break, he would have ran right into that guy that was playing that coverage over there. And it looks like we're going back to the Saints Fork route. Should be money. The only thing is it takes a long time to develop. Because you kind of have to wait to see what that corner is going to do. If he's going to back all the way up and give that space, that opening that you need. And he is just bringing the heat. And I don't know where it's coming from because he's only rushing 4. Maybe he's doing something outside of that, but he is bringing the heat. And my offensive line isn't that great, so I got to get the ball out of my hands as quickly as possible. Martavis Bryant drops the ball. It's 4th and 18, and we're going for it. We can't punt. Even if I had a better punter, I probably still wouldn't punt just because I don't like punting. I feel like you're giving away a possession if you punt. I mean, if we don't score here, the worst thing that could happen is that he gets a touchdown and we're down 3. So I'm not really worried about that. He gets the interception here, which turns out to be nothing more than a glorified punt. Probably been better batting the ball down, but Madden doesn't really have that logic. So he has the ball. It is 1st down. It's about 52 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And we are playing coverage as best we can. And he outjumps us and gets the 1st down near midfield. 1st down. And we are trying to come with a blitz. I'm bringing that corner down, which is giving him way too much time to throw. And that's usually when I start bringing the pressure, because if you don't have the players that can get pressure on their own just off of my 3 or 4 down lineman sets, you got to bring blitzes. You got to try to make them get the ball out as quickly as possible to make dumb decisions. It's 3rd and 3. Hopefully we can get a stop here. It looks like it's about to be quarter. And it is. It's a pretty tight ball game. Usually by this point, I'm usually just trying to go gung ho and do as best as I can to really extend the lead. It's fourth quarter now, and we get the interception there. Right now, Xavier Rhodes is a beast. I'm trying to say problem and beast at the same time, but he both of those. And that's why we don't really run the ball. I think that's my first run of the game, actually. That's another thing about my offense. We don't run the ball. We have zero balance. We pass the ball every single play. And you say, oh, but that can be really easy to stop. I'll just play coverage. I use my passes as an extension of the run. So basically what happens is, as you can see, there's no one covering him. And man does this weird thing where, like, if you press him out like that, and he's wide open. So I'm like, oh, I have to go back to it. But I don't think he's going to give me that same look. I think he's going to actually bring someone over there. But I'll run drags, which give me 2-3 yard gains, which is pretty similar to an average run up the middle anyway. He's bringing the heat every single play. Dante Hightower is killing us right now. And I'm just like, all right. Let me flip the field. I'm going to see what I can do here. And we are about 2 yards away from the first down. Thinking about the stick routes. Maybe Jamal Charles here across the middle. And that was another dumb play. I wish I had a better running scheme. Although I don't like to run the ball, I wouldn't mind running the ball because I've played against players that primarily run the ball and they do it really, really well. They have their plays, the sweeps, the draws, the counters, and they destroy me, mainly because I can't stop the run. My defense isn't that good. Isn't good enough to stop the run, at least. So it's 2 minutes left in the game. It's been a 4-point game for a long time. I want to say since the second quarter, maybe. No, I think it was 14. No. I don't know. But it's been a 4-point game for a long time. The goal here is to obviously not give up a touchdown. But we know he's not going to go for 3. So we have to keep him out of the end zone. Everything will be a 4 down type of scenario. We have him retreating and throwing it out of bounds. And my thinking here is, obviously, don't give up the touchdown. But if we're going to give up a touchdown, give it up. Just give up the touchdown now. I would rather that happen and have a minute and 20 seconds with 3 timeouts than him getting down to the 4-yard line and then being able to just burn all my timeouts and then me have maybe 30, 40 seconds to try to get down the field and score. So right now we're playing really, really good defense, and we have them at a 4th and 10. And it's pretty much crunch time at this point. It's do or die. We have to get off the field right here in order to try and get this win. And he makes the catch. So right now, thinking goes to hopefully try and make a play. Try and get an interception. Try to do something to Hopefully, and he scores. So it's 58 seconds left. We're down 3. We have all of our timeouts. So for us, it's go time. This is what we like to do. This is what we live for. And this is what my offense is pretty much built for. It's built to try to score as fast as possible. So when these situations happen, I'm never really that shook. Some people that have a run-based offense, it's hard for them to pick it up when it's like this because they're not used to having to run and try to score as quickly as possible. A lot of my routes will try to go toward the sideline. That wasn't a very good throw. It was a good read. It just wasn't a very good throw at the time. Probably going to try to hit up these seams a little bit. And we have Kelvin Benjamin breaking away, and he gets shoestring tackled. And at this point, I feel pretty comfortable. I'm not even stopping the clock. I still have all 3 of my timeouts. I just feel confident enough in my abilities that we should be good enough to get in the end zone. And I'm not calling a timeout. Oh, and I do call a timeout. I think mainly because it was second down. If it was first down, I probably wouldn't have called a timeout. I should have ran out of bounds. But he just didn't make that step. And I'm trying to make safe throws. And we're down in the 16 seconds. I'm trying to conserve as much time as possible. Now, every shot goes to the end zone. And I'm looking at Benjamin. He has the height. And we are in there. 13 seconds left in the game. We make a crucial play. Because I don't think we scored the entire half. Like, we went a whole half without scoring until the last 13 seconds. So, for us, it was huge to get that. We needed that drive at that time. And now it's just playing defense, playing back as far as possible, and hopefully not giving up anything crazy. Because it's not that hard to try to score on someone who is in that prevent man deep, which is about what I'm about to be in. He just runs slants, and it'll be wide open. This guy ends up going short. He goes out of bounds. Kind of a smart play. I would have probably tried to get some more yards, but, that's how it goes. 3 seconds. He has to go to the end zone. So for me, rush the passer. Get in there. Cause havoc. Don't give him that much time to throw. And we get the interception, and the game is over. I need to just get on the ground. Game over. Good game to the opponent. As you can see, the rushing yards just weren't there. Passing was pretty good. About 12 yards per play. About a first down per play. Just trying to move the ball. Just trying to be successful. Lionhouse Gaming. If you ever want to play, just go ahead, hit me up. I'm usually online. So, feel free to hop in the game. And even if you have a great team. Because, I love playing against people of all skill levels. So, this is Lionhouse Gaming signing out. I think I'm going to show my record. I think that I won. I think this was when I went to the next, or I got a first round bye. I don't know. It was something. Something caused this to happen. I forget. But at this point, this is my record at this point. I don't know what it is now. It's like 29-5. Um, had a pretty good season. Oh yeah, this is when I got the first round bye. So I ended up getting the first round bye in this seed. I had one Super Bowl win. And I lost twice in each of my other Super Bowls. So been there 3 times, won one. Feel like Peyton Manning. Doing a little foreshadowing there. But yeah, I'm gonna try to upload some more game footage and I'll be out.